If you are an immigrant to Western countries, you are there because of abortion. You are the replacement to the population implosion and low birth rates in Western countries. European countries, North America and other civilized nations of the world, including Russia, are literally annihilating themselves because of low birth rates, and now are below the rate to maintain their populations at current levels. To maintain a stable population, every family must have an average of 2.1 children per woman. For more than 35 years, Western countries have been decreasing their population levels by use of contraception and abortion. In order to maintain their population levels and solve this demographic problem, they make use of an extensive immigration policy. For example, Italy, the leading Catholic country in Europe, is basically dying because of its low fertility rate. For the year 2007, they averaged only 1.29 per woman. The fertility rate in Russia is 1.39 children per family, and at this rate loses almost 700,000 persons each year. Japan desperately needs workers because the country is losing its people from the low fertility rate, now at only 1.22 children for every woman for the year 2007. This demographic problem in all countries of the world is caused by the use of birth control that kills fertility and turns it into a battlefield and desert against life. And with the availability of chemical and surgical abortion in a large number of these countries, the result is a mass killing and self-inflicted suicide. This is certainly cause for concern by current and future generations of these countries and the developing nations, which are exporting their people to the Western countries and importing from them the culture of death. This includes Lebanon, which for the year 2007 has a fertility rate of 1.88 children per woman, the lowest in its history. For decades now, Canada is still suffering from a declining population, and to maintain a certain level of population, the country is exploiting an immigration policy. Ironically, the immigrants in general are supportive of a pro-life culture. Without this immigration policy, Canada as a country would die in less than 50 years. However, even with this immigration policy, the fertility rate is still below the replacement level of 1.61 children per woman. Canada has a great need for workers and taxpayers, and every immigrant is a replacement for the children that were killed by abortion. This is indeed tragic, because most of who have immigrated to the civilized Western countries have experienced wars and social crises in their countries of origins. The homes these people now inhabit should have been inhabited by people whose lives were taken away by force when they were in their mother's womb. These homes should have been inhabited by a family that died through abortion. Your church or temple may be missing members that died from contraception and abortion. It is estimated that 95% of Christian Catholic or Christian churches now frequented by immigrations to Canada were at one time filled with Christian Westerners. For example, the Cathedral of Saint Maron in Montreal, Canada used to be owned by Latin Rite Catholics. The Church of Our Lady of Lebanon in the city of Toronto was previously run by an Anglican church. The Anglican Church allowed the use of contraception in the 30s and now is dying. The Church of Jesus the King, Melkite Catholic in Toronto, used to be Protestant. The Church of Our Lady of Lebanon in the city of New York and Paris, France, are in the same situation. Your job in the West should have been the job for a man or a woman who died from abortion. The car you are driving is for a person died by abortion. Your desk at school, where you are sitting, should be occupied by a young man or a woman who died through chemical or surgical abortion in their Western countries. Their spilled blood screams from the ground to God in the Western countries where you live, as the blood of Abel screamed to God after he was killed by his brother Cain. Where do their bodies end up? They end up in the garbage.